Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Walking is something we all do every day. Today I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey and my experiences with walking and why I think the key to weight loss is to start with walking. Most people don't think about walking as a way to lose weight, burn fat, maintain weight loss and stay healthy. I used to be one of those people, but recently my perspective around walking has changed. For the last 2 months or so, I've been doing a 60-minute walk every single day and have seen some real benefits. Firstly, I've noticed that I've got much quicker over the last sort of 2 months or so walking. When I first started walking, I would cover about 4.5 kilometers in an hour. When I went for a walk yesterday, I covered 5.5 kilometers, so an increase of 1 kilometer. I've also dramatically increased my step count every day, which is, I guess, not unsurprising. Prior to doing a walk every day, I was averaging about 6,500 steps a day, which is quite a bit lower than the 10,000 steps gold standard that everybody knows. I've also seen an increase in my VO2 max, which is a measure of fitness. It's increased from 29 to around 35. I've also seen a reasonable decrease in my resting heart rate. This is from my smartwatch that I wear pretty much every day and keeps track of that for me. And it's gone from kind of around the low 70 beats per minute down to the mid to low 60s, so between kind of 60 and 65 is what I'm seeing at the moment. And I've also seen some improvement in my cardio recovery. Again, this is being measured by the smartwatch, and this is how quickly your heart rate falls after doing some exercise, so in this case walking, in the 3 minutes immediately after doing the exercise. And that's improved from around 23 beats per minute recovery up to around 33 beats per minute recovery. And the other thing I've seen over the last sort of 60 days or so is some weight loss. When I started this journey, I was just under 126 kilos. And when I weighed myself a couple of days ago, I was just under 121 kilos, which is about a 5 kilo loss. The only other thing to mention is at the same time I've been doing some time restricted eating, which is something I'm going to cover in another video. I've also seen some more subjective benefits. I feel like I generally have more energy than what I did pre starting the walking. I'm not getting that sort of mid-afternoon slump as much anymore. I've got more energy generally. I've been sleeping quite a bit better. Prior to starting this journey and doing the walking, my sleeping wasn't terribly good. But I have really noticed an improvement there. And again, I guess this compounding with feeling a lot better and having more energy, those two things are quite linked. I'm also feeling a lot less stressed in my personal life and at work. And I'm starting to use walking as a bit of a tool to combat stress. I think historically for me, one of the things I've used food for is as a comfort. But I've had a couple of stressful days with work and some other things going on. And rather than kind of turning to food, you know, even though I've done a walk early in the day in the mornings, which is typically when I do my walk, I've kind of gone for a walk later in the day, kind of recognized that I might turn to some unhealthy habits and just go for a short walk, and it's made a really big difference. So I've definitely not used food as a comfort anywhere near as often. I've also seen a general improvement in my well-being. I guess stress is just one part of that, but I've been, you know, feeling like I've got a lot more energy, being less stressed, feeling like I got more energy to spend with my children, being more present in the moment because I'm less stressed and more focused on what I'm doing at the time. So lots of real subjective benefits to walking as well. But obviously that's just my experience with walking, but there's lots of evidence to suggest that walking is really good for everybody. It's not just me and one person experience. It's generally something that is, you know, consistent across pretty much everybody. One piece of literature I read was produced by Harvard University, which went into detail of some of the more surprising elements and benefits of walking that perhaps are not quite so obvious. One of those was counteracting the effect of genes that are linked to weight gain. And by doing a 60-minute walk every day, the impact of these genes was reduced by 50%. So the genes were being expressed less and having less of an impact on weight gain. So a real tangible benefit for walking. Another study by the University of Exeter found that by going for a 15-minute walk could significantly reduce cravings for sugary snacks and chocolate. I found this to be the case too when, you know, I felt like I've had a stressful day and would typically turn to unhealthy snacks, just by going for a walk, when I've got back, I've not felt the need to indulge in those unhealthy habits. Walking has also been found to be really good for joint pain, particularly hips and knee joints. It's a low impact form of exercising. It doesn't put a lot of mechanical stress on your joints, and really helps kind of keeping those joints mobile and lubricated, and also strengthening the muscles around those joints to really support them. Another study found going for a 20-minute walk 5 times a week would reduce your susceptibility towards the common cold and seasonal illnesses. They found that people who did the walking regime, so 20 minutes a day for 5 days a week, took 43% fewer sick days. And when they did get sick, those symptoms were less severe and cleared up much quicker. So those are just some of the benefits of walking and why it's really good for you, and something that I really encourage you to try. The other great thing about walking is that it requires almost no equipment. Everybody will have exactly what they need to get started. All you need to have is some comfortable clothes and a comfortable pair of shoes, and it's totally free, and with some dedication and some consistency, it can really stack up and compound over time to make quite a big difference. Consistency with the walking is absolutely paramount. You need to try and get out for a walk as often as you can, and as consistently as you can, as many days of the week as you can. So what I would encourage you all to do is, for the next 30 days, go for a 30 to 60 minute walk at a reasonably moderate pace, and really prioritize doing that every day. Now, some of you might be thinking, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, that I'm really time poor, I don't have the time to focus on these things. But what I would encourage you to do is identify those blockers that you have to getting started, and try and put some things in place to make sure that you can really prioritize this. So I get up in the morning and go for a walk, and the morning is a really busy time for the family. You know, we're all waking up, we've got to get the children ready for school, we've all got to get ready to work. And what I've done is I've been getting up a bit earlier to make sure I can really prioritize that walk in the morning. And again, to make sure I'm not tired throughout the day, I've been going to bed sort of half an hour, 45 minutes earlier in the evening, again, making some small, simple adjustments to make sure that I've got the energy and the time to really prioritize this. And I think if you try going for a walk every day and manage to do it every day for 30 days, you'll really start to notice some of the benefits that I've seen as well. So having more energy, general improvement in mental well-being, reduction in stress, and maybe even a bit of weight loss too, if that's your goal. So I'd really implore you to please just give it a go, get going, don't put it off to tomorrow. Really just make this a priority for the next 30 days and really kickstart your journey. Where you can as well, I'd also encourage you to get some kind of fitness tracker. I've got an Apple Watch. I'm sure there's lots of other alternative, Fitbit, and the Android equivalents, but it's really a useful tool, as you can look back over the time you're doing these walks, and you will see some improvements in things like your resting heart rate, the amount of steps and calories you're burning every day, which will be real tangible things you can see improvement in over time. And I think that can really help with motivation when you can see those changes and those improvements in what's being recorded. Then it kind of spurs you on to keep improving those over time, and will keep you committed and motivated to doing this simple habit. And I really think walking can act as a bit of a catalyst to improve whatever it is you're looking to improve. For me, it's kind of weight loss and well-being, and I've noticed that since just going out for a walk, I feel much more motivated to continue doing that. I'm looking at other things I can do as well to help. So for me, walking has been a real transformational change. It's been such a simple thing. I've still got quite a way to go. I'm still definitely overweight. I've still got quite a lot of weight that I wish to lose. I can always make improvements to my well-being and mental health, and it's going to be an ongoing, lifelong journey. It's not something that there's a kind of a fixed end point to. It's one of those things that I'm trying to build healthy habits, but habits that are lifelong habits. So it's not about trying to do something short and quick and sharp and see big results really quickly. It's something that I can maintain over years and years and years and decades, really. And I really believe that walking is a weight loss win. It's very simple. It doesn't really require any skill. It doesn't require any equipment. It's something that we can all do. And I really encourage you to just get going. And I think as well that you deserve to focus on yourself. You deserve to give yourself time and focus on you. And if you do that, the other people around you will also benefit. You'll be less stressed. You'll be more present in the moment. You'll have more energy, and through investing in yourself, you'll grow as a person, and the other people around you will also benefit at the same time. So it really is a win-win for investing in yourself. And the best time really is now. I would really encourage you to go out, give it a go. It's really as straightforward as putting your shoes on and getting outside. Maybe listen to some music, listen to a podcast, or actually don't do any of those things and just listen to the sounds of nature, or the sea, or the birds and the trees, and just peace and quiet, depending on where you are in the world and what sort of outdoor space you have access to. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, please check out my latest upload. Thank you so much, and please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.